There is a kind of failure that does not arrive with chaos, it arrives quietly, in calm meetings, in positive reports, in decisions that feel reasonable. The story of Eastman Kodak Company is often reduced to a single sentence: they invented digital photography and still went bankrupt. That sentence is convenient, and dangerously incomplete. Kodak did not ignore the future, Kodak saw the future, Kodak understood the future, and then made a decision to delay it. For a while, that decision worked. Kodak was built on a simple but powerful idea: photography should belong to everyone. Before Kodak, photography was complex, expensive, and technical. Kodak turned it into a habit. People no longer needed to understand cameras, they only needed to press a button. Kodak was not selling technology, it was selling memory, birthdays, vacations, family moments. But the true strength of Kodak was not the camera. It was the system behind it. Cameras required film, film required development, development required laboratories, paper, chemicals, and distribution. Every photo created future demand, every memory generated recurring revenue. This model was extraordinarily efficient, and it made Kodak incredibly strong. Business historian and Harvard professor Clayton Christensen explains this exact pattern in The Innovator's Dilemma. Christensen argues that dominant companies often become so successful at their core business, that they build structures, incentives, and cultures designed to protect it. Early success does not only create advantage, it creates dependence. Kodak was winning, and it was winning the same way, year after year. By the 1970s, Kodak was no longer competing, it was defining the market. In the United States, Kodak controlled the vast majority of photographic film sales and most consumer camera purchases. That level of dominance changes how decisions are made. Competitors feel distant, consumers feel predictable, the future feels slow. At this stage, the biggest threat no longer looks like disruption. It looks like damaging what already works. Kodak did not believe it owned part of the photography market. Kodak believed it was the photography market, and that belief shaped every decision that followed. In 1975, inside Kodak's own laboratories, a working digital camera prototype was created. It captured images electronically, it stored them digitally, and it required no film. This invention should have been Kodak's triumph. Instead, it created a dilemma. Digital photography did not threaten competitors first, it threatened Kodak's own business model. Film was not just a product. It was the engine. Without film, the entire ecosystem began to collapse. Kodak now faced a decision that few companies survive. In The Innovator's Dilemma, Clayton Christensen explains that decisions like this are rarely irrational. From the inside, delaying disruption often looks responsible. Protecting a profitable core business feels safer than betting everything on an uncertain future. Kodak did not reject digital photography, it chose to control its timing, and that decision made perfect sense at the time. At its peak, Kodak was confident, its margins were strong, its brand was global, its processes were refined, every metric reinforced the same conclusion: the system worked. Digital photography, meanwhile, looked inferior, lower quality, higher cost, limited adoption. From a short-term perspective, the conclusion was obvious: why destroy a machine that prints money, for a future that still looks incomplete? Kodak chose stability over acceleration. It did not fear the future, it feared abandoning the present. Kodak's decline is often blamed on technology. That explanation is too simple. The real problem was structural. Analog photography produced recurring revenue, digital photography did not. The value shifted away from film, toward devices, software, and platforms. This required a complete transformation, not just of products, but of incentives, culture, and identity. And large organizations do not resist innovation, they resist uncertainty. Journalist David A. Adler documents this internal struggle in The Last Kodak Moment. Based on interviews with former executives and employees, Adler describes a company where digital initiatives existed, but repeatedly collided with internal resistance. Innovation was present, alignment was not, the future was visible, but the past was protected. Kodak did try to adapt, but adaptation without commitment is hesitation. To lead disruption, a company must accept lower margins, internal cannibalization, and temporary loss of status. Kodak attempted to move forward, while keeping its legacy model intact. This created internal tension. Every digital step weakened the old system, every delay strengthened competitors. By the time Kodak moved decisively, the market had already chosen new leaders. Kodak did not fall suddenly, it faded, market relevance declined, consumer habits shifted, margins disappeared, the brand remained famous, the position did not. In 2012, Kodak filed for bankruptcy protection. This was not the moment everything broke, it was the moment reality became unavoidable. Kodak did not lose to a single rival, it lost to time. Kodak's story is not unique, it is a pattern. A company succeeds by mastering one model, that mastery becomes dependence, dependence delays change. Kodak did not fail because it lacked innovation, it failed because it protected its success for too long. The future rarely destroys companies, the past they refuse to release does. This story will repeat, with different companies, different industries, different technologies, but always with the same question: when the future appears, do you protect what works, or do you replace it? Kodak chose to wait, and for a while, that choice felt like the right one.